else, you notice that the queen has a very high perception. Which isn't too out of the ordinary for somebody who is very much the diplomatic type. You have to be able to notice shit about people to be able to read them.
But the important person, the king, didn't notice shit.
Nope! He's blind as fuck! He rolled a whole whopping 7 on the dice, though, so.
He went, ooh, titties.
If he was that type, yes. Given
He's
what
a
I
man.
know of, given that what I know of
He's a
Tiger,
man. He went, ooh, titties. I mean, wife, dearest, quit reading my mind.
I'm gonna say, given what I know of Tiger, he's not normally the type to go ooh titties, but he's a little more distracted by Jaren anyway, because Jaren's still mouthing him off.
Yes, he is.
Beep, 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 beep. Glare! Beep, 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 glare!
Which means my strategy is working. I'm
Distraction!
the tank. I pull the BBEG or the boss fight, and I make sure they focus on me, while the team does the effective work of getting us out of the fucking situation.
That's what we're supposed to be doing? My bad.
Maybe.
Apparently.
Well, by get us out of the situation, I mean continue the intelligent parts, because my character's not intelligent. I have an IQ of, or int of 10. I am, however, wise, and I know that if that king is mouthing off, I'm going to mouth him off, so he's distracted with me while somebody talks to the important person.
AKA the very diplomatic queen.
Correct.
The queen is smart. The king is the figurehead. Play him like a fiddle.
Honestly, that's how it was in most situations. However, in historical situations, the queen had to worry that the king would figure out that the queen was actually the king and have the queen killed.
Uh-huh.
That sounds weird. Like, imagine having to worry every day that Ange was going to knife you in the back, front, or side, Kyle. Wouldn't that make everyday life so much more exciting in a bad way?
No thanks.
Like, right?
That would be hell on earth in every way.
I love you, knife, 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 gun.
Guys, remember Warcraft. What are you doing, Arthas? Succeeding, you shank.
So,
Fire! That's still one of the most powerful scenes in there that I find.
Know. That's why I always mention that one.
The Lich King cinematic was one of my favorite cinematics for Blizzard. The whole Arthas summoning everything, and it's his father talking that speech, and it's just ooh.
The Lich King has so good animatics.
Deathwing from Cataclysm, the gravel in his
voice. Oh yes.
They do amazing cinematics at Blizzard.
They
if
really
only the games
do.
were as good.
He is the most expensive character in Heroes of the Storm. Most other characters are about 10,000. Deathwing is 20.
Oh yeah, I believe it. I hope
he's
worth it.
They have the ability to do such good work on the game because they can do such good work on the cinematics. They just don't, and it's disappointing.
No, they do. The game has been improving. There's been a lot of stuff that makes it fun again. We had fun playing. I just get bored of WoW really fast.
But I mean, like, graphics.
So the graphics are still classic graphics, so but they've improved them. Now it's not we need to improve the graphics. It's now we have to make our own standard of graphics that is our style. The cartoony style. The whole reason I call WoW characters toons is because they look like cartoons.
Yep. Anyways, we're off topic. Desperately.
No, not at all.
Yeah, V notices that the king and Jaren are so beaking off at each other, being king and
I'm keeping him distracted from while the important people talk. I'll keep brother distracted while mommy and daddy talk. Who's mommy and who's daddy?
Apparently, I'm mommy. 'Cause I'm the queen.
Gigi.
But yeah, she mentions that you guys need to, that she would like you guys to go check out what Tally and Fire had mentioned from
I'm
what
going to take
Alyssa
one
had told her.
brief second to sidestep from the conversation I'm having with dipshit here and say, or interject into what the queen is saying and mention payments. We are not good guys, so we don't do stuff for free. But I'm not saying it that way. I'm saying it more diplomatically, just reminding her we do stuff with incentives. We need incentives. Just put
We're
that out there.
hired workers. We're hired workers, and we do a job that meets our standards
As
and
long
our.
as long as we are paid well, we will do our job well.
And what is
Sorry
it
to
that you
interrupt you, Dash.
seek for payment?
What is it that you offer?
I'm a queen. I have the ability to get quite a lot of stuff. So what is it that you
That's not what I
need?
asked though. I asked what do you offer? How valuable is this job to you? I do not know the details because again, my character and me forget things.
Uh,
What
I'm
are
not
you
worried
willing
about the
to
details.
part
I'm
with?
worried about that. What do I need to get done and what do I need to get paid?
It's pretty much like, what are you willing to part with or put up as a reward? What
As
can you
in,
offer us?
is it a 10,000 gold starting bounty? Are we offered the keys to the kingdom? Is it your firstborn daughter? Please don't be your firstborn daughter.
Ah, I know what you
Uh,
got.
I'm not
I
a
don't want.
fae.
I'm a minotaur. I don't want to. I don't want to be married. Their firstborn daughter, if they're adults, could be 300 years old. Rose, I'm not talking about age
Exactly.
wise. I mean, I'm a
Fair.
minotaur. Don't offer me your firstborn daughter. You're elves. She's ugly. Damn. She's a
Ah,
heifer.
Yeah, to a cowie, she
I'm a
would be
bull.
ugly.
fair.
She might find me too much of an animal in the sack, anyways.
Ah,
But what I'm saying, out of character, is we need incentive.
Yes, I
Yeah,
don't know
that's
what
We,
you guys could use because you have a bunch of magic
I
items and you guys
man,
have a
see
bunch
how
of
magic.
gold.
you, we
money.
can, but you can get like offer something, like put something on the table. You
No,
don't
you need to.
request
You
something
need
without putting
to
it on the table first.
sweeten the deal. We don't. I don't know what it is. My character's not invested in this goal, obviously. I'm never invested in anything. I'm invested in my paycheck. My paycheck doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be magic items. It doesn't have to be objects. It could be
Here's an
you will become the Knight Chancellor of the Kingdom of insert some minor kingdom somewhere that a
Oh!
Minotaur would be okay in.
here's an idea. Here's something like, consider this right here as like a reward. By doing this right, kingdom, I can get you a group of servants that will serve under you and follow your ruling. It literally might just end up being like slaves or recruits or whatever, but like you can get that set up for us, someone who can work for us, or it'd be like, I can give you guys your own access to a smithy that allows you guys to maintain, upkeep your weapons, and you might even get daily um like data
Which
materials and go there to help improve
which
your weapon.
could wrap in with the bastion rolls. Remember
Yeah.
Mm,
Or,
at level 5 we have access to bastions, which are basically
or
our own little structure, which we could be like, I have a workshop here, and there's some level restrictions on them from in the 5th edition rules, but that looks like a cool thing, and those could be our title.
yeah,
Like,
you know,
I'll
stuff
give
like
you a
that. Like,
manor in the woods over here where I don't have to look at you,
or
is
even
better
a
than
personal,
what do you want.
yeah, or like I guess in this case, too, like I can get you guys your own personal rocks, one that you can actually keep on with your own personal
Oh,
statement, free of charge.
customized
Something like
mounts would be
that.
awesome. Like, even if
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
only let us use them between certain cities or something, you have a rock. We maintain it. It's here. When you need it, you can go from a rock to a hard place to get to.
yeah, but like I said, there's many things that can be offered. What is she willing to put down on the table for us? We got to start somewhere. That's where the negotiation begins to play.
First off, I do recommend offering us a base of operation, a manor,
You
as it
have a
were,
base
where
of
we could build
operations.
our bastion. No, no, no. Offer
In the
us a
city.
way to make it here. Ours is somewhere else. We're here now. We're focused around here, aren't we?
Pretty much,
Your
yeah.
base
It's
is
all,
here. It's in the underground in this city.
that's not a
He
base.
No, no,
That's a
doesn't know
cave.
that.
No,
I'm
that's
not.
a
I'm not
hideout.
a
That's a hideout.
troll.
Bro, that's pretty much a
That's a
hideout. No, when he
hideout.
said base, he's talking like a public base where everyone knows of, and
We're
it acts
supposed
as
to be
a
the
base of
heroes. We don't
operation.
live in the basement.
Yeah, that's a base. Like what we use for the surface that acts as a base of
Y'all don't
operation.
have
And
scars and are
I'm
called
just
the
going
chosen
on.
ones.
Now, you know something? She's being very racist to my character right now, assuming just because I'm a minotaur, I want to live in a maze down underground.
And you know,
Holy
amazing
cow!
character.
So racist.
My bad. She can even offer the mentor a guardian position of treasure down in the cave. You know, at the end of the day, Rose, like, what is she willing to start off with as a reward, and then we can go from there. But you
Would
have to
she
bring something
want
to the
us
table.
having a public structure we work out of if we're supposed to be working towards being heroes in her eyes to save her population? She would want to PR it that we are the good guys, even if we're not. Because she'll figure that out in short order, I'm sure.
Probably.
If not, she'd
If
have
she
to
hasn't
make it almost
already.
like
I will say, even if she offers us a base, then she's got to specify where. Is it going to be in like the lower half of the city, the top half of the city? Will it be near the castle? Like, where would this base be
Do we start
operated
off
at?
with a base in, yeah, the poor district? Like, okay, we give you this house in the poor district. Okay, can we work our way up to the higher district? Will we eventually be nobles in this city, even if we're not
Nobles,
elves?
aristocrats, anything like that. Like, a ways to progress. That also be a good thing as well.
Sorry for the
But
advice in the middle of session.
No,
No
yeah,
worries.
that's
but the
perfect.
queen, the queen needs to put something onto the table. That's the
Okay,
point being.
okay, okay.
She has to make the first offer.
Here, before we continue with that, does Jaren do what a cow does and just bring up cud and just start rechewing?
Chewing on things constantly? Sure, yes. He's constantly chewing. He doesn't spit them out very frequently, though, but every now and then you see him like tui to the side. Very, very rarely indoors.
Or is he just casually rechewing last night's dinner and then down the hatch again?
That's probably what it is for a cow. It's hard to
Yep.
say. Like, oh yeah, and he mentions Brussels sprouts, and you're like, we haven't had Brussels sprouts in 3 days.
Ew.
but I still taste it.
Oh, nom, some broccoli.
All right. So the queen's first offer says, "Oh, I could talk to the king of the north for you and see if I can get him to remove your bounty."
Out of character, I was about to ask why would we care about this, and then you mentioned the bounty, and I was like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys are wanted criminals from the Northern
No,
Kingdom.
that is definitely a good to a start there. Just already a good
That
start.
is a good start. Yes, I agree.
And you've been helping the city for a
Hey
while.
guys, I think she knows who we are.
Uh-oh.
I
And
did not foresee this.
and I believe we have a spot in our
I was
commoners
just thinking that,
district.
Tasha.
King of the North.
The thing from Game of Thrones, King of the North, and I
Ah.
was just thinking that.
Ah.
Which
Anyways,
technically would be me. See, get it? King of the North? Ah.
Yes.
Aren't you King of the Red Deer? You're in the Central. King of the
the king of the
Central.
deer.
Oh, that means
Anyways.
your family symbol must be a red deer.
Okay then.
And I can offer you a small base. It's not much. But
base of
a
operations.
guild has recently
Vacated. Fired somebody
vacated.
recently. There's been an opening.
Their previous guild has vacated into the next realm, and their guild hall is not in the best condition, but it's
We
a
get a
starting
rundown
base.
chat, guys.
Woot! We
It's
get
got like
it.
it's got like 3 rooms.
Sorry, Discord decided to kick me.
Ah, rude.
Right.
So they've decided to give us an outhouse in the lower district.
Yeah.
A 3-room base building, and
You know,
they
this is
offer
funny.
to talk to the King of the North to get your bounty removed. As payment
In
for
exchange for us saving their kingdom from a dumbass who's harassing both kingdoms in total, I think.
Well,
Right?
going to the pond of tears to figure out why people keep getting turned into these monstrosities, which was led by the Purple Rose Guild. Like, why is the Rose Guild doing this? Are the Rose Guild corrupt?
We need to know. We need to know why, which
Etc.
means we need to figure out the BBEG, who he is, why he's doing this, where he is, how to defeat him, and eventually kick his ass. Because we're the
Yes.
heroes, even though we're the villains.
Heroes, quote unquote.
Quote unquote.
So right now, to save our asses, we're going to save their asses.
Exactly.
Yep.
Like
For
fun.
now.
Yeah.
Seems legit. I didn't have anything better to do this century. Wait, silent.
I'm writing notes. Leave me alone.
We have agreed to your terms. What do we get as a down payment? Because we're going to need to probably do stuff with things and equipment or something. Not diplomatic, non-diplomatic character negotiating.
Exactly. He wouldn't know shit about diplomat.
Can we get a down payment so we could buy some lunch? I haven't eaten in a while. I really could go for a nice thick steak.
You are a steak.
That too. But you guys have literally the food that I showed in all the pictures. There's the steak, the fillets, the little rose flower, the canapes, the oysters.
This
all
stuff
that is the food in front of you.
This stuff is wonderful and all, but I would love to enjoy a good steak somewhere else.
Montana's a good steak.
The king is just looking at you like, excuse you? This is the best food in the entire kingdom.
Lara goes, they're
It's not
serving
the
a
food.
steak to a minotaur.
It's not the food. It's the company. Look directly at the king.
The company is bad.
And back to the glaring match.
Lara also goes, you're also offering steak to a minotaur.
As I rip into a giant chunk of meat, looking the king directly in the eyes like I'm chomping down on his arm.
I don't think the Minotaur is bothered by this.
From my understanding, Minotaurs in D&D are actually carnivores. I'm playing him as an omnivore.
But Lara was thinking of cannibalism.
Yeah, cannibalism's like that. Aren't you offended by that?
Nope.
Very. Rip a chunk out of it. Very. His name was Philip, by the way.
The king goes,
I grew up with them. We went to cow school together.
I mean, you could always take this to your quarters for the night, where my husband, she looks directly at him, will not be at.
I hope he's not in my quarters in the middle of the night. Hey, stop touching that.
Murder.
I mean, this is a rogue king, so you never know, but...
That is not my money pouch.
Neil,
that's
lock
why,
your door.
That's why she's looking directly at the king, like where he will not. And does that look like pause and look and glare? Be at. If he goes anywhere near your quarters, he might become a eunuch real fast.
A weenie
Oh, yeah,
chop,
he'll
a
be losing
weenie
one of
chop,
his
a
heads.
weenie chop, a weenie chop.
In other words, the queen just threatened the king to chop it off if he tries to
No,
disrupt the people
No,
under
no.
her
The
protection.
queen didn't threaten the king. The queen threatened the little king.
The man, the
Yes.
myth, the
Oh,
legend.
that's what that small dude in the corner is all about.
I was wondering what those rumors of Littlefinger were about.
Nope.
You know, the character Littlefinger from Game of Thrones is
Uh-huh.
literally called that
Yes.
because of a something is the size of a little finger.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Wah, wah, wah.
So ask what each of your favorite colors are.
Emotional
Damage!
Lyra
Ah,
doesn't give her a color.
black.
Wants to know what
It's
our
black,
favorite
like
If
my
you
colors
do
soul.
are.
not
Oh
give
my
me a
god.
color, you will not be getting my parting gift. I need the color.
She was okay, fine, black, like my soul.
Taupe.
She's going to give us matching attire. I don't know, blue.
Light blue, dark blue, what kind of blue?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Lyra will choose black.
What do you want me to say? Royal blue? Peacock blue?
Okay, and your taxes?
Black. I'm a black dragon, duh.
Fair.
I'm thinking it's going to be a clothing accessory, so it's going to be matched to our favorite colors. Out of character.
So,
Not
This
out
is
of
where I need to do a little bit of finagling.
chicanery.
it's called taupe. It's not white, it's not beige, it's right in the middle.
I need to do some stuff
Are
with
you
an
sure toping isn't what you do? What you do when you're not on camera?
Yep. Yep,
Ego, what I was talking about.
yep.
I need to wait for the image generation because it's slow as shit.
Yes, but it makes way better pictures now.
Oh, it does.
Have you
Alright,
played at
so-
all with ChatGPT, Kyle?
What's that?
ChatGPT, have you played with it at all?
No.
On the free plan now,
Hmm.
they allow you to do some of the new style image generation. It comes out with some really good pictures. It's great for jotting down ideas if you were trying to do something. Like if you decided to run your own game, you'd be like, "Hey, show me a picture of a monkey with bat wings and a scorpion tail," and it will actually do it.
It just takes forever.
Yeah, it takes a while, but it's cool.
Loading,
Don't
please
think you need it
wait.
for that, but
Loading, please
you can make
wait.
your own custom wrestlers with it. Went through and took some pictures of me and Rose and put them into like a whole bunch of different anime styles, Studio Ghibli style, Minecraft style, a whole bunch of other things. It was funny as hell.
That's cool.
Ah, sorry, Rose. I hope that didn't come through too much. I was draining my pickle. What? My dill pickle? Van Holten's?
Mm-hmm.
They come with a lot of fluid in the sack, and then you have to drain them. This conversation sounds a lot dirtier than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, it does.
By all means, keep diving in deeper.
And, Dash, what was the color for yours?
V's gonna think for a moment. I think I'm more of a indigo purple.
Interesting. Waiting for them to load.
You can do it, Rose, I believe.
God, it takes forever, ever. It takes forever, ever. I got one of the images.
Hmm.
Indigo purple. And waiting for the last one.
Yeah.
Slow and steady wins the race. It's small. So small. Come on. Faster. Come on. Come on, you can do it.
Hey, Kyle, you might know about this. Who's Finn Balor?
That's a wrestler from
WWE?
Yep, Ireland. He's about 220 pounds. He's quite thin, but he's
Apparently he's
one of
getting
the
kicked out.
the Judgment Day.
Ah, okay. Is that the team he was in?
Yeah, because they have a stable and it's a bunch of wrestlers that work together, and
Oh, that makes sense.
they've
I was-
been
I saw this,
working a
article.
storyline where he's going to get kicked out.
Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Damien Priest totally kicked the shit out of him though.
Yeah,
Guys have been
And
watching it on
I think
Mondays.
they're working. I think they're working that Dominic's going to kick him out, and Dominic's going to try to take over running the whole group.
That sounds like a viable storyline.
That's my running theory as it's going, and it seems that's the way.
I love the fact that wrestling has fully embraced the fact that it is soap operas for guys.
Well,
It really is.
Like they have storylines, and you can see the progression. And this character will be a villain this season, and next season they'll have like a whatever, they'll become a good guy.
face turn.
Yeah, and then they might do another heel turn later and become a heel again, right? If they're needed for the storyline, because they were a bad guy before, they've turned on their friends, and it literally it's a soap opera for guys.
It really is.
The wrestling part, some of it is faked, from what I understand, but for the most part, they're really doing those moves.
Yes,
they have to be physically fit to do that shit.
Well, you think about this, okay? You need to do
So
a
it's
move.
just like, ah, damn it, they're talking about wrestling.
The guy's 200 pounds plus. Most people can't even pick up 200 pounds, let alone throw 200 pounds.
I weigh 330 pounds. I have to pick it up every day, and I can barely do it.
Now picture me getting underneath and try to pick you up over my shoulder like...
Oh, no, man.
Something.
No, your poor back. Don't do it.
Exactly.
Alright, focusing again.
Like, I might get you up there for a few seconds, but my back would probably give out.
And neither of us are getting up afterwards.
Oh, no. We're both going down.
All right, anyways, back to game.
So, as she gets her colors, she'll make 4 distinct whistles. Very distinct. And the room is large enough that it can house several of these creatures, for obvious reasons.
They have summonable mounts.
Yes. Jaren's is oceany blue. Lyra's is a grayscale black. Retax's is a very deadly looking black with purple eye. And V's is a variant, different shades of indigo purple. All of which have riding gear A safety harness, for the moment, comes with feed
And a
as needed.
stewardess to keep you in line. Holographic, of course. No, I'm kidding.
And the queen explains that she will get you riding lessons when you're in town for the next little while before you leave, so that when you do, you can fly on them without falling off.
Yeah. I was going to try to pull a B.A. Baracus type thing where the character on the A team would never willingly go on anything that was taking off of the ground because of a previous encounter involving a not so fun situation for him. So he had to be like knocked unconscious anytime they had to go on a plane. But that might be a little too disruptive.
A little bit.
Jaren's like, oh
And
hell no.
it would only be fun the first time anyway.
Hmm.
Yeah, Jared's like, oh, I'm looking at you. I'm watching you.
You getting me on the plate.
And then, before long, it'll be that whole, oh, scritches.
Exactly.
Oh, probably. Yeah, the king kind of seems huffy, and they're outside, actually. I forgot, because they're having tea.
They're on an airy. They have a perch for them, probably specifically because this place uses this sort of thing. So it's a royal area. It has guards. They probably have big ass gun type objects that keep anyone who's not their special chickens off of this chicken perch.
Yes. So your birds are perched, and they look terrifyingly beautiful.
Lyra's gonna do the
You'd
whole.
look so good with a Szechuan sauce.
Lyra's gonna do the whole hiccup and the toothless thing with hers.
Slowly reaches out a hand.
Mm-hmm. Give me animal handling with advantage.
One little thing first. If I could spell, that'd be lovely.
That would be lovely. Nice. And yep, it does. It does exactly what Toothless does, and slowly approaches and does the nudge. With some nice
Yeah, we all get our animal
cooing.
moment.
Yep.
Yes, you do.
He then kind of gives it
Good.
a beak scritch.
Chirp, chirp, purr thing?
The bird, the giant magical beast equivalent of a purr. Yes, I assume.
Yep.
Has the Retoxis, Jaren, what do you do?
I give it that look of, I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Watching.
It gives a loud caw. Look at you.
Which might be the equivalent of a bird's version of go screw yourself.
We'll see who comes out on top in this mind battle. I believe I have outwitted you already, you silly minotaur.
Love-hate relationship already starting with the bird. I love this.
Yeah, the bird's probably smarter than it, but that's besides the point.
And Retoxis, what do you do?
I just go up and pet the bird.
Give
Go
me
up
an
and offer
animal
your
handling.
hand. It bumps its head against your hand. You go to scritch it. It tells you where you want to scritch. You get to know each other. I eventually do that as well as Jaron, moving up, getting to know, petting him,
Basically,
making
the
him
same way
know
you
that I'm
approach a
actually
dog.
not scared of him. Seriously, I'm not scared of him. You can't prove anything. There's no scared here.
Why not
Animal
approach it like a
handling.
big dog? Like stick your hand out, let it sniff
Exactly.
you, that sort of thing.
Kyle, a normal
to know
animal
each other.
handling, and Jaren, an animal handling with disadvantages because you are scared of it.
I am not. You can't prove anything.
Jaren's looking at the safety gear and goes, "There's not enough."
Why didn't that work? Oh, there it goes.
Okay.
See, I'm at 8. I did good.
I got the same as Neil.
Not gonna lie, it's amusing as fuck. So Neil's, hold on. I need to go slightly off camera for this.
It gives me back that look of, I'm watching you, buddy. I don't know how I feel about this partnering. You little... yeah.
It can feel that you are nervous as shit, and it's a little concerned that you don't trust it. Kyle's is a little less unsure, though it still kind of shifts. Whereas V's boops their head against, no, head against V with a slight trepidation. It's just like a shovel. Like V's looks like it wants to go back to flying, whereas the other two know that you guys are a little nervous. Lyra's is like, can we go? I want to give it a ride. Can I ride? Can you ride me? Yes. Slightly hyper.
Brain just shut off. What's going on?
So once you guys connect with your mounts, the queen will go, these 4 are for you. So you can travel more easily around the city and around the kingdom.
Travel.
You should be able to take them across the sea, though they do tire, so you will have to stop at least once a island.
Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. We have to take breaks. We could not fly all the way around the world. We have to stop at least once when the DM decides, hey, there's an adventure down here. Let's go.
More or less, yeah. You need to stop once in a while because birds do get tired after a while. They do need rest.
Exactly.
They're being gigantic
You can't tax them
birds.
too far. You can't tax them too far because, they're going to need to eat too.
It is absolutely delicious. This is the remnants. It is yummy. So yes, Lara has hyper mount. The rest of you have slightly nervous ones, and she'll get you guys to your chambers for the night. Let your birds go fly off so that they can go burn off some energy.
They do their bird things.
They do their bird things, and she'll teach you their calls over the next couple of hours. So you each can call them. It is a specific type of whistle. That's not hard to imitate.
Effectively, we have a magic item that can summon them.
Yeah, that works.
We have
They might not be summoned as in appear in front of us, but they could appear shortly while flying, fly up to us, as in they've been circling around for hours, being bored out of their mind, eating passing elephants or something.
Yep.
Eating flying elephants.
In the news, there's been an elephant pandemic. We don't know where they're going. Something just keeps picking them off.
But yeah. So she teaches you that and gets you to your chambers. You guys all have rooms, like a room that is cordoned off to X amount of party members. There should be 5 of you, technically. Was easy playing. So it's cordoned off into 5.
Or do we each have our own room, or are we sharing a big room with 5 beds?
Yes. So it's kind of both. But I mean, you have your own little room, but the main room.
Yeah, that sounds like a connected room. Perfect.
It sounds like an oversized studio apartment.
Yeah. So not necessarily real doors between things, but we're not just looking at each other, staring there and going, yes, I'm a minotaur, and yes, I sleep in the nude. whoosh, or something.
Ah.
So we got little cordoned off the little areas, and we get to have our nappy naps.
More or less.
Yeah. One big common room, which has probably a whole bunch of stuff for sitting around, eating, doing whatever. Maybe I don't. Oh no, it's the public bath.
There's a side part, like the sixth room is the bath.
Cool.
So 5 bedrooms, 1 bath. Wow. And
Damn, that would be going for about $5,000 here in Calgary.
yeah. So it's a nice place. Comfy beds, like squishy comfy beds and stuff. It's obviously their guest chambers.
Probably one of multiple.
Oh yes.
This is the oh, you're not quite up to our level yet. This part, because if it was higher than that, we'd have servants.
Yeah. So this is where you get to stay for the night.
Whoop.
Talk amongst yourself about what you plan to do for this coming mission.
Well, I
Carry
think we
more
should get in, we
healing
should kill the guy, and then we
potions.
should kill him again, just for shits and giggles.
Carry more healing potions.
Hire
Yeah.
a dedicated healer.
True.
Just a heal bot. Heal. You get a heal, and you get a heal, and you get a heal. We'll name her Oprah.
Ah.
Get an artificer to make us a Baymax.
Exactly.
Well, play it out. Let's do
Let's
this
do
in
it.
character.
Um.
Well, you guys know that, and there's the area is infested with something, or infected, or
There's
people don't
something
go
going
there.
on. The land is unnaturally decaying and purple and weird and yuck.
Very purple.
Gross. There's a bunch of bad stuff there, and like icky poo monsters.
So the Zerg are building on the creep again?
The Zerg. I thought it was the ooze from the first Power Rangers movie.
Ivan Ooze.
Yes.
Wasn't he in the second Power Rangers movie?
No, it was the first.
Oh wait, never mind. I was thinking the pilot of the show as the first movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rita Rapunzel, Lord Zed, and Ivan Ooze, if you remember, were all the bad guys. What? My cousin Corey was like so into that show.
Oh yeah. I think everyone was at one point. It was
I
the
liked
thing.
it because it was very similar to Transformers in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had similar.
Yeah.
Hit the same
Basically,
vibe.
the Megazord was just a combiner.
It really was.
But I liked it
Alright,
when
sorry.
they built all three. They had the Megazord, Dragonzord, I think it was Titanus was the third part.
I think so.
I thought was pretty cool.
Yes, to review
Amazing.
the
It is
information
amazing
that
how
you
long that series has gone on.
to review the information
20
that you guys know, there have been 10 people
20
that
or
have
30
turned
seasons
over
now?
the To review the information you guys know, there have been 10 people that have been turned and or taken to become turned and killed currently. The next point of interest is the Pond of Tears in the Island of the Lost Promise.
So it looks like we're going
Lost
to
Promise.
some Pond of Tears. Sounds like one of those places you go to get to cry or something, doesn't it?
Right.
Getting teary eyed just thinking about it. Oh wait, no, that might be these onions. Did I mention onions give me gas?
According to Wikipedia, there are 30 seasons of that bloody show.
Holy
Damn.
shit.
It's still going.
Yeah, 2023. Power Rangers Cosmic Fury.
They're probably working on a new series as we speak.
Probably.
Probably.
And you guys know that it has ties to the Purple Rose Guild.
Yep.
And that Elandro knows about the Purple Rose Guild.
Alejandro
Purple
knows a lot
Rose.
about a lot of things. Yes, and he's told us some
Yes.
details. So we review some of this and come up with a plan. So I'm thinking we're going to this Lake of Tears, and there's a place there that we have to be at that I don't remember the name of because my memory is very short and knows of the situation but not of the namings.
So you need to go to the Islands of the Lost Promise, to the
The
Pond
Islands
of
of the Lost
Tears.
Promise, the Pond of Tears. Yes, still sounds like a place where a lot of my exes might be lying. Cry, cry, cry. Jira, not me.
Hmm.
So we go there, we do the thing, and we beat up somebody or save somebody. Probably beat up somebody. Who am I lying? Like,
Hmm.
anyone else have any input?
Um. Not at the moment.
Not
Your
really.
taxes, V. How are you guys gonna make your plan? What is your... How do you go about getting there? Probably your rocks, I'm guessing. But how do you plan on... Like, what is your route for stops? What do you know
Well,
about the Pond of Tears other than it's corrupted?
That's about it.
It's as much as I know.
It's corrupted. We don't know by what.
We're going to have to go check it out. So
We're gonna
that
have to
means we
find
want to
out.
find the safest route there, which means probably fly as far as we can without killing our birds.
Well, we would lay
Make it to
down.
make it to camp, base camp A. Have whatever encounter Rosie cooks up for us during interlude 1, and then we should move on to interlude 2, where we get to another one where we still don't get a long rest because we're kind of in a hurry, and then encounter 3 should be another thing where we don't get a long rest, but maybe a long rest depending on how Rosie's feeling.
Not today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing would be like we would probably sit down with a map plan where we're gonna stop, that kind of jazz.
I figure this is a lot of stuff that Rose has to figure out for what exactly she wants us to do. So
Yes.
perhaps tonight we should finish early because it's
I think so.
20 minutes to 9.
Yeah.
Everyone seems a little
Shit.
petered out right now.